Hey, it's Wicked Pixel with the best must-have off-the-grid mods and custom content for better gameplay. So let's just jump right in and get right to the mods. We have a couple right here, Stella and Kendall. They are living off the grid, and first let me go down how they get their power. They're using the off-the-grid trait, so that they have to use solar panels, and they're using wind turbines. Let me show you that on the roof here of their container cabin. And there's a lot of stuff I want to show you how this whole thing operates for this particular off the grid scenario, but let me show you the first mod that we have going here. The first mod is the Foraging Mod, and of course I'll have links to where you can get all of these in the description. So with the Foraging Mod, you'll get these plants and trees. The trees are actually over here, and they're specifically for foraging, and I believe you can forage just during the day and you can't at night, or vice versa. It'll be on the download page. And with this mod you must download a couple of other things, so make sure you read the instructions very carefully for what you need, because the XML injector thing, you'll need that and something else. But the way it works, you just click on that and you can forage or forage for wood, and there are the things you can use the wood for. Sometimes you'll just get trees, sometimes you're not successful. I really wish that I had that mod where the trees wouldn't disappear. So let's see what he's up to, see if he's successful. Alright, so he's digging up into the tree, and he's collecting wood. When you go in the grass, you can find other stuff like food and stuff you need. It's really good for if you're not playing this style of off the grid, more like a survival thing, then this will really come in handy. And we did find some wood, so you can drag that out, but I don't know what you can do with it. Oh, you can just put it back in your inventory. So she has it's stated on the download page that there are uses for this, so it would be interesting to find out what that is. Is this one of them? Yeah, you can forage. Let's just forage right there. And while he's doing that, the other mod that I want to show you, because I think that's all the information that you need to know about the foraging mod, is you get these things, you can forage, you can get food. Sometimes you'll get negative buffs, or you'll get like pricked in the eye with some wood or something like that. So you'll see that happen as it happens when you're playing. But again, he's foraging. Really cool mod, great for off the grid. All right, the next mod I want to talk about is the functional water pump. This is the mod that I'm most excited about, because it really brings the realism of living off the grid, where you have to get everything yourself. And with water, the way this works, if you have to reset it before you can get water. So we already did that. So you can collect water, and the cool thing about this this mod in particular, is that you cannot shower, or let me look at the list. You can't shower, you can't water your plants, you can't wash your clothes if you have laundry day, and you can't bathe in the tub, and you can't wash your dishes if you don't have buckets of water. So let me see if I can show you that. But she just collected water here, so she can take a shower. She can take a shower now, but can I get rid of all her water? Yes, I can. And hopefully it'll show for you what happens when this particular, now if he has water in his inventory, I think it'll work for him, but she does not have water in her inventory. And you're right, it said Stella is missing some required items. Sorry, Stella is missing some required items, 1 bucket of water. So she needs a bucket of water to use the shower. So another thing you would need to know about this mod is that if you're using the off the grid trait, there are certain items that are off the grid okay, and there are certain that will work fine, so they won't work as like you're intending, like you need the water for them to work. You can collect water up to 5 times. And this is what the animation. So she collected water. Oh, but it's brackish water. So brackish water you can't use. So I put them on this thing right there. So that water she found is fine right there. So now you have to reset the water pump, and each time you reset the water pump, it's $1. And you can look for frogs and look in crevices, but I'll allow you to use the mod to see what happens with that. The next mod that I'll talk about is the Chicken Coop mod. It's one that I have a video on and I've featured in another few things, so I won't go into detail, but you have to set up your coop, buy your chicken, feed them, and everything like that. So I'm just gonna keep it that quick. This is the little custom chicken pen that I made, or chicken housing that I made. And I'll be using that for storage or something like that. And I have an outdoor sink and a trash can. And this particular item, you can it's a storage box, and I would keep if you open it, it should have the chicken feed. So I keep the chicken feed in there on the outside, and I'll show you some more of those boxes in a minute. So another mod that I want to show you for off the grid is the guarding sign. So if you're planning stuff on your off the grid lot, these signs will definitely help you easily or quickly identify what they are. Now, I made the mistake that I usually make and planted a winter or out of season seeds in the fall, so the only thing that's coming up are the grapes and everything, but I thought that would be helpful for off the grid. And of course, I mentioned the storage containers, but it comes with a bunch of different kinds, so I've been using them for different reasons. This is another one of the storage containers. You can label them. So this contains fruits. If you open it, you'll see that it has quite a bit of fruit. And this one is veggies to juice. So this one has all the veggies. And the boxes that come with Eco Lifestyle. So this is not a mod or anything, but this is where I store the juice. And the labels didn't come up on that. Should be a bunch of grape juice and apple juice in them. Open. Okay, yeah, it is. All right. No problem. A few more storage containers that this is actually a storage container with decor slots, and this is the shelf, and this is another storage thing, and it's sold the toolbox. I figured I could put upgrade parts in there, and I'll show you how to do that. Well, there's just a storage thing, so but I could put different upgrade parts in these, and then I can label them if I wanted to, like electric upgrade parts. There we go, because a lot of stuff you will need to upgrade on your off the grid lot. Now the generator I have is connected to the insect farm, and what I'll do is use it as an emergency backup generator in case something goes wrong with the solar or the wind turbines. So you can collect the biofuel, put them in one of your storage containers, and then if something goes wrong, you can just use your backup generator. Alright, moving right along. So there are a few more things I wanted to share with you. They're not as functional as like the Foraging Mod or functional water pump, but they add a good amount of decor. It's the burning barrels right here, and of course I have links to them in the description. This particular item right here is it's called a shelter tree log, and what you can do to make it where it's rainproof or weatherproof, so your Sims can work outside and have, you know, kind of an off the grid type homemade shelter, is you make a room 4x5 or however 4x5 or 8x10, I believe that's right. Yeah, double, and then these fit right over it perfectly. So I thought that was really cool. More CC items I have is more raised planters. I have clothesline without the wood. I just put these two trees against the line. We have a composting toilet for off the grid. A couple of more items to share is the ATVs. I share these a lot, and they're really one of my favorite items. But also these rain barrels. It's the dew collector from Eco Lifestyle, so you would need that for these to work. And of course you can break the water valves and stuff like that. I still don't quite know how they work, but they're cool to have anyway. And I changed the mailbox. I thought it was better to have something like this just for decor reasons. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the mods and the CC. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care.